Hi, I'm going to show you how to build your game and publish it so that other people can play it. So when you get to the point where your game's pretty much finished, or you can do this before that, this part, one thing is you want to make sure you have WebGL installed. I already have it installed here. So I have Android, WebGL, iOS, and macOS, and these are things you can choose when you first install your editor. But if you don't have WebGL, which you probably didn't because I didn't tell you to install it, over here there's this little settings button, and you're going to click Add Modules. And then most of us, if you're going along with what I was doing, added Android, but we're also going to add WebGL. I already have mine installed, you can see, but if yours isn't installed, it'll have a checkbox like this next to it, and you'll check it. Not the Mac dedicated, I'm just showing you how to check it, but it'll have a box right here, and you'll click on it and check it, and then you'll click Install. And then you'll wait a couple minutes, and it will be installed. So at that point, you should see in your Unity hub that you have WebGL installed. And then to be able to see it, you might need to open and close your project. Maybe not. If you can't see it, just open and close your project. And then we want to put WebGL in here. So right now, you don't really need to do this, but if you just look at build settings, there's different build settings for actually building your a file for your user to play. And right now we have it set on Windows, Mac, and Linux. The little Unity thing is right here. So that means that if we were to click build, it would build a file that you can play on a computer. But we're going to build a WebGL file. And that means that you can play it in a browser. So you can share it with someone, and then we're going to load it into Unity online, and then they'll be able to just go to that website and play it. You won't have to send them a file to download. You could do it this way and build it, and it'll make a file that you can send to someone. But this way is easier. So we're going to click WebGL and switch platform, or if you don't go to this part, the next step we do, it'll ask you if you want to switch platforms. So either way, I just won't even switch the platform yet. It'll ask me. Then the next thing we want to do is we need to add a WebGL package. So we're going to go into, sorry, that's not it. We need the package manager. Window, package manager, I think I lied. Package manager, here we go, sorry. Window, package manager. And then I don't see WebGL in here, so I don't have that package yet. And this says packages in project. Well, I want to look for a package that's not in my project yet. So I'm going to click on this little arrow here and choose, instead of packages in project, because I want to put in a new one that's not in my project yet, Unity registry. And then I'm going to search for WebGL. And as soon as I type in web, it comes up. And then here it is. I want this WebGL publisher. And that's the package that's going to let me publish my game to Unity. And I'm going to click install. And just wait a second. And now it's there. So if I look at packages in my project, now I see WebGL is down here. The next thing I want to do, now I can close that because it's in there. When I look up here in this, when I hover up here on the menu bar at the top, now I see this thing that says publish that wasn't there before. And I'm going to click publish, WebGL project. Get started. And then I'm going to click build and publish. If I already had built it somewhere, if I had gone into build over here where we were before and clicked build, then maybe I'd have a file that I wanted to upload. But I didn't build it yet. So I'm going to click build and publish. And here's where it's going to ask me if I want to switch to WebGL. I could have done that over in the build settings like I showed you, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to switch to WebGL. And then this is just going to give me a folder that's inside of my project folder. This is prototype 5. We didn't do that in class yet, but I thought I would just use that. So inside of your project file, it's going to put this other folder. You can just leave it as the default WebGL builds. Just click choose. And then you just wait a minute. Okay, now it says that it's uploading. And complete. If it takes you over and asks you to sign into Unity, just sign in, and then you'd go back up here and then click upload. Sometimes it asks you to sign in between. And so that's it. So now it's here. The next thing is you can add a thumbnail so that whenever someone goes to play your game, it's got a picture of it so they kind of know what kind of game it is. And so I'm going to go to my game and click play so that you can kind of see. And then I would make a screenshot. Okay, I'm going to try capture. I guess I can make a screen. So I'm going to make a screenshot of this to use as my thumbnail. I'll click capture and edit. Sorry, file, save. And I'll save it as like thumbnail. Whatever you want to save it as. Okay, and then I'll click add, thumbnail, open, and this just puts that when someone plays the game, they can see what it is. So now I'm going to call it something. Instead of WebGL builds, this is my prototype 5, but you could call it whatever your game is, animal whatever, or space whatever, just whatever you want to call your game. And it's kind of boring because it's just prototype 5 from the curriculum. It's made with Unity. You can tag assets if you want to. You don't have to do that. I have not added mobile game controls to my game. Leave that like that, because if you did add mobile controls, you can do that, but we didn't learn how to do that. So unless you figure that out on your own, you would leave that unchecked. And then click save. And now I'm going to click not now. I don't want this to be in a showcase or anything. It's just prototype. And so then when I click play, since the first playthrough is a recording, so I'm going to start playing. If you click escape, you can get out of full screen mode, or you can get full screen mode. I'm going to click the unmute button so that I can hear if there's any sound effects. Full screen mode, then I'm just going to start. I'm going to go on easy because I think it's pretty hard. So there, now I'm playing the game. I missed one, so the game's over. As soon as you miss one and it gets to the bottom, the game's over. It's pretty hard. Game over. So when you're finished playing, you hit escape to go out of full screen mode, and then you can click the X, and then it's back to where it was, and you can play again. And you can share this with people by clicking this little share. And you can send them the URL, or you can share it on Twitter, Facebook Messenger, Facebook, Reddit. You can embed the HTML into a page on a website. And so if I were to just copy this, if I go into another browser window and click play, then it comes up. It knows it's me and I'm the creator, so it looks a little different. But if I was not the creator, then it would just have a play button, and then people can play your game. So pretty fun. I already missed. So let me know if you have any questions.